All right, so I released my app yesterday. I made a couple videos about it, and I woke up this morning. I had a couple notifications. I send myself notifications for events that I want to be notified of, and I already had 2 installs. It was beautiful. Life was beautiful, and I was like, hell yeah, dude! I wasn't actually saying that. I was like, oh, okay, thank God. But I called one of these customers. Well, he actually called me. He was on the East Coast, so I was asleep, and then I called him when I woke up. And he basically said I couldn't install it on the accounts that I needed to because they don't have billing set up. And, dude, I'm this is the most craziest thing ever. So, let's just pull up this app, and I'll kind of show you what I mean. So, if we go to pricing here, we have one pricing plan, and this is unlimited accounts for one price. And it won't let me edit this, but essentially what it is we have the agency charges, the agency costs $17 per month, and each additional location is $0 per month. So it's just a flat fee, unlimited usage basically. And the problem is you can't install it on every location unless that location also has a card added to be able to re-bill for the app. But the app is free! So why the fuck do you have to have a fucking card added, dude? It's so stupid. And this guy was like, look, I can't use this app because I'm not going to fucking set up a Stripe account just to charge myself. He didn't even have a Stripe account. I'm not going to set up a Stripe account just to charge myself $0 to use this fucking app. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't fucking blame you. That's the stupidest thing in the world. Obviously, don't try to, like, do that. And yeah, I mean, look at what they say here. Within high-level platform, recommended. Let's actually go to this official documentation. I'm gonna be on a list now for these fuckers because they're gonna see what I'm saying about their platform. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's just bad. And please let me find this dang. Hang on. All right, dude. I'm just trying to find the documentation. All right, app pricing. Here we go. So look at this. I just wanted to show you this. Select payment collection preferences, and also I love that this is an H1 bigger than this heading here, and then this is like an H5 or 6 or whatever, and it goes within the high-level platform recommended, and then an external payment page not recommended. You have to do everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, fair enough. So for my first iteration of my app, which it was going to be just the app, but now for my first iteration of the app, it's within high level. And yeah, I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. Wow, actually, Jesus. Okay, so if we go to this app, and maybe I'll just go ahead and uninstall it right now. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So I showed you that one pricing plan. And now if we go to reinstall this app, I'm going to hit install, select all sub-accounts, allow, and now we choose the pricing. But the interesting thing is, I had to call this plan unlimited accounts, one price, to make it clear that you pay $17 a month for all of them, because it doesn't fucking tell you, dude. This is their pricing page. Like, there's agencies and there's locations, and it doesn't tell you that this is unlimited accounts, one price. I had to put that on there, and then furthermore, in my explainer, in the description of my app and in the video, I had to explain, yes, by the way, this is one price, and you get unlimited locations, because it's just not fucking clear, dude. It's so annoying that this just doesn't work well. And by the way, it's not going to be improved for 6 months because high level takes forever to change details like this. You know, this is just a detail. I'm sure in their mind, it works perfectly. Obviously, dude, it's fucking recommended. I do not recommend it. I've tried it, and I not recommend it. In fact, I would argue that this should actually be recommended. So, that's all to say. I'm pivoting. I'm changing. I spent 2 days, I made that video. I built a SaaS in 2 days. Now I'm going to be building the same SaaS in a week or some shit like that. But it does give me an idea. Actually, funny enough, it's an idea I had in the past and decided to abandon, and now I'm returning to. It's funny how sometimes we think we get older and we learn more and we get wiser, but I've watched previous videos of myself, I've seen previous actions that I've made, and I sometimes go, wow, previous me was kind of smarter somehow. Am I getting dumber, dude? Am I already at the age of mental deterioration? I'm old, 22 years old. I'm falling apart. Probably not. But anyways, I just want to explain kind of what my strategy is going to be. And you know what? We used to do this all the time on this old channel here. Oh my god. Okay, now like I was saying, we used to do this all the time on this good old channel and draw shit out. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Before I do that, I just want to show you. This is the app marketplace. And funny enough, I renamed my CRM here, and now I can't tell it apart from all my other tabs. Just close fucking everything. And so, this is the marketplace. And by the way, the marketplace, I was doing a lot of thinking about this today. I think you do not get shit for reach. So, I just searched call summary. Okay, I actually happen to have an app on here by the name of call summary. Well, very close to AI call summary. All right, let's just search. Let's just try to find it. There we go. AI call summaries. So maybe it has to be call summaries, and there it works. But dude, the SEO is fucking horrendous. You cannot find an app by searching, and it's just crazy. Like, they have these arbitrary categories. You can't have multiple. Fuck, dude, I'm sick. My bad. You can't have multiple categories, and they don't index anything from the description to help search. So you're basically cooked. You have to get users other places. So running ads, whatever. Basically direct, because no one's gonna fucking just find your app here. They have these pages. The categorization is terrible. What the fuck is going on with this weird bar at the bottom? Why can't you just see a full list? I mean, it's just the most fucked page. Well, actually, I am zoomed out because this is the default. It's like crazy zoomed in. So, yeah, I mean, I just think SEO here. I think the original plan, okay, was we have Stellar here, okay? And fun fact, I actually stole Stripe's logo. I took it, I changed the background, and I like the S, okay? So, fuck them, right? So we have Stellar, and then underneath Stellar is all the apps, okay? And the apps were just going to be... My mouse keeps disconnecting. This is going in my suicide note. All right. So we have all these different apps. And maybe this app is also dependent on this app. And each of them were just going to be charged monthly, or, they were just going to have a basic pricing plan. And that's simple. I don't have to deal with billing. I can just get payouts from them. They don't take a commission, which is funny because they actually say, I'm gonna show this just to make it, we currently do not deduct any commission. Well, that's very comforting. Not, I mean, like, fuck, dude. They already charge a premium for every action that a user invokes. So if it's a workflow action or trigger, they charge for that. And yeah, I mean, at the moment they don't charge any commission, which is, I guess, cool because there's no Stripe fees or whatever. But that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Yeah, dude, it's kind of scary developing on high level, honestly. Also, when I was building out the app, I had to guess a bunch of shit because they don't tell you how you're supposed to do it. But anyways, I was going to have a bunch of different apps, and they were all separate apps. And if you install this app, maybe it would also come with, a dashboard, right? And that's fine and dandy, okay? And it would all be separate. But the problem, obviously, is people can't install this app on every sub-account if it doesn't have a card added or if it doesn't have the right permissions, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of things that makes this a flawed kind of system. And you actually see kind of an interesting thing happening on the marketplace here. So if we scroll down, we'll see all the apps. All the apps, all the time. There's 3 big developers that we'll see. So we'll see all the apps, okay? And you'll just see them all over the place. All the apps. I mean, look at this. This is by a company called Level Up Marketplace, and they are, I saw a post on Facebook, they are the monopoly of high-level apps, and I would tend to agree. I mean, they have a fucking shit ton of apps, right? And I can't even find these other competitors that I want to show you. But yeah, they have plugins for basically everything. There's also Comms Messenger. They also have, I don't know, 20-ish apps, probably. The crazy thing is, if I click into this, I can't actually view all of their apps. There's no way to search the developer or pull up all their apps in one place, I don't think. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, basically there's no, like, discoverability. There's no kind of, the SEO sucks, and, oh, wow, here's my app. But yeah, we have all the apps, and with all the apps, if you want to use their app, you would install all the apps, or you would install this one app, Custom Value Trigger, and then you would have to search, and they make this really fucking convoluted. 1 apps, but no apps found. What the fuck is actually going on, dude? This is... Bro. What the fuck, dude? High level pisses me off, dude. All the apps. Why does it come up now? What the fuck, bro? Okay. So after you install one of their many apps, you would install this, and that would allow you to basically pay for that app and use this main app to manage it. I've installed one of their apps. I was confused for like a day. Someone else had to tell me how to do it. But you have to install this main app to be able to use the other app, and the UX is really fucking confusing. And that also means that if someone installs your side app, they might just use your side app, and maybe that's good for $5 a month in revenue or some shit, but that's no way to build a business. I mean, $5 a month revenue businesses, on the whole, are terrible, okay? Especially for a more niche use case like this. If it's niche, you should be charging more, not less, right? I also want to point something else out here, which is, these are maybe the first reviews we've seen in all our scrolling. This one has 1 star with 1 review. This one has 5 stars with 2 reviews. And you can see most of these have no apps. I think I could probably count the total number of apps on this using my 2 fucking hands here. So, yeah, 1 review, 1 review. For the most part, none of these apps have any reviews. And I think a lot of these reviews are kind of fake. So, here we go. So, a few reviews here and there. But on the whole, most of these apps have fuck all for reviews. And I just want to say, okay, so let's say cons of this model, okay? So SEO fucking blows. You're probably not going to get found. Even if your app is titled exactly what it does, you probably won't get found, okay? And also, I don't think people really search the app marketplace. I don't think they tend to think of it as a place to solve their problems. They go to the Facebook community and someone else will recommend a solution or whatever. So we have the SEO sucks. Reviews are few and far between. And so most of the time your app is going to have no reviews, which means no social proof, which is problematic if you're trying to make money. And, oh, and then also payments. Payments are just fucked. And there we go. Payments are fucked. And, oh, also UX is fucked, okay? Because let's say I make an app that does call summaries. So whenever a phone call is finished, then you want to transcribe that into a summary. But then let's say you have another app, because not everyone who does call summaries wants to have tasks created. But you would create a separate app that would do with this, but then it requires that you also have the call summary. And so you end up with a kind of a conundrum here where someone installs this app and you have to tell them, hey, by the way, you got to go install this app. And you also got to pay for that because it's a separate app, right? So it's not the best user experience. It's got a lot of problems, all right? And it took me a while to realize this, but thankfully I realized it after sinking 2 days into building an app out in this specific way, right? So the solution is, and then we also have this other model of the well, I guess we have the many apps and then the one app, where like all the apps, where they have a bunch of different apps and then they have the single app that kind of controls everything. And I think that also suffers from the UX problem. They do get the SEO benefit, but I think my theory is if your LTV is super high because someone installs one app and they get access to all these apps and they could be charged $100, $200, $300 a month, you're going to have a higher LTV and a lower or a higher LTV to CAC ratio if you're able to get one user and make them worth $300 a month rather than you get more users but they're only worth $5 or $10 a month. That's kind of the theory that I'm basing this on. But I think it's sound. I think, at least for the time being, the app marketplace is a shit place to be found. Much like the App Store, I mean, you don't see a lot of apps in the App Store just going viral just purely off merit. A lot of the times it's down to the marketing. How do you distribute that and sending people directly to that page? Because I don't know of many people that just spend time searching through the App Store. I mean, it's kind of, it's kind of a dying thing, So anyways, here is the solution that I've come up with, and I call it the super app. And obviously, this is not my term. Okay, so we have that one fucking app in China, Chinese super app, WeChat. Okay, so we have WeChat. We have X, which is trying to be. I almost imagine the term X being like pulling things together, the intersection of things. What are some other super apps? I don't know. GHL itself, fucking super app. And the crazy thing about these super apps is it's actually better, because if you think about it, you would go, why not have separate apps? So why not have, an app for like funnels, like ClickFunnels, and then why not have an app for texting, like Google Voice, that says texting? So why do they choose to break it up, and why do they not do it all in one app? And I think the reason is actually, well, it's a bigger commitment to join these, but it centralizes concerns in the customer's mind. They don't have to pay a bunch of subscriptions, and they also get a higher LTV for doing this, because with WeChat, if they can take a cut, or if they can run ads on 90% of the time you're spending on your phone, they're going to make more money, whereas rather than having a bunch of different apps. And if they just have one app that's for like texting or something, then they might get, market adoption with that one app. But then if they want to do payments, they have to basically put in the work to get users for that other app. And now, especially with AI, we're seeing building the app is not the hard part. The hard part is acquisition and getting a good LTV. And so if you can get people on your platform, why just like hope that they're going to go use your other apps? Why not build it all into one app? And so this is kind of the idea with Stellar, and now unfortunately it's going to be Stellar Stellar 3.0, because I had the first version and then the second version. Now we're on to the third version. What can you do? Anyways, Stellar 3.0 is going to have every single app feature baked into one app. So all of the triggers, all of the actions, and so these are all billed to the client. So you can actually have a kind of a rebilling system. If you just rebill these premium actions to the clients, you can almost say like, hey, look, I mean, you don't have direct rebilling, but let's just do this and you'll make your money back. So you can kind of solve that problem of rebilling individual actions, and you can do back-end workflows, and there's no kind of like conflict between apps, where if you want to have like summaries, you can just have summaries, but if you want to have summaries plus tasks, you can do that too, and it's going to be built in. It's just a part of the system. And this is how I'm going to be rebuilding this app. I'm gonna basically build one super app that's going to have all of the features in one. Every time I get a user for that, I know the LTV is going to be at least $100, and so I can go out and I can spend $99 to acquire that customer and still be profitable. I don't know. I mean, but most of my logic is on the front end here about how these options fucking blow. But I do think higher LTV, kind of a lower CAC, or higher LTV to CAC, CAC to LTV. You get the idea. And yeah, I just want to say the one downside is if we go to back to the App Store, we'll see, like, if someone wanted to install, I think Stellar was back here or something. Let's just pull it up. So if someone wanted to get an app that does, bro, my app is called Stellar, dude. It says, bro, it's the same problem as before. This is so cooked, dude. This is so cooked. Just work for once. All right, so if we just have an app that says, do everything app or whatever, that's not great for SEO, because if you're searching the App Store and you see this do everything app, you might have a specific problem in mind, and you probably won't even put in the effort to click on this to figure out what it does, because you're not sure that it will solve your problem. Whereas an app that says AI call summaries, you're going to be like, oh yes, that solves my problem, blah, 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 and probably install it. So there is that downside in the SEO. But I believe this is going to be the best strategy. It's going to be a super app, and you're going to get clients other places rather than in the marketplace, because I don't think that's where people are getting apps. If you've watched this far, props to you. Hopefully you're actually thinking about doing something like this. Or hopefully not. I don't need any competition. Fuddle off. But yeah, I mean, this is basically just me explaining to myself why I need to make this switch. I'm just rationalizing this decision here. I think it is kind of the right path to go down. I'll make a video about this, maybe tomorrow or something, but I'm also like, yo, this is the future. Like, AI agents, agent.ai, Dharmesh made this. I mean, this is probably going to be pretty big, yeah, this is the real shit. So, I don't know. I think it's good to build apps, especially because a lot of the stuff I build just kind of works, and I don't have to really, worry too much now. Whereas if I did this, I'd be embarking on something new, and making money is kind of a priority at the moment. But I think if I was, just looking for shit to do, I would try to build some agents here. I would get really into AI agents. They're not the most useful at the moment. I mean, these probably aren't agentic for the most part, like tweet analysis. Like a lot of this stuff isn't actually an agent. It's more of a tool, right? It probably uses AI, but when you think of an agent, you think of an LLM that can dispatch different tools and do subtasks. Whereas with most of these, I think they're probably, sentence to emoji translator. That's just one ChatGPT prompt. So it's not like you actually have to, yeah, anyways, I'm getting off track. I'll talk about this later, but thanks for watching.